Good day, ma'ams and sirs, and welcome to the Number 9 with Tommy podcast. It's like we're back 60 years ago and caught in the frenzy, a group of proud individuals with intentions that aren't unfriendly. And here comes a group full of skinheads looking to fight for supremacy. But alas, I won't let it get to me. I've got my sexy bestie here, and he's sending some text to me, about to be on the podcast live on the screen sitting next to me. He's the greatest, the GOAT, the podcast emperor, a legend. See, I have to build up my buddy because the headlines are troubling. The hatred is doubling, ignorance boiling, insanity bubbling. I'm going to say something that not a one of you should be taken aback by. It doesn't fucking matter if a skinny, white, Jewish trans man is dating a Muslim fat black guy. Who gives a shit about your skin color? Is it your false pride? Do you think it makes you tough? I think it exposes your soft side. I think that if you hate a whole group of people based on who they kiss, how they look, or who they talk to when they get on their knees, you're a fucking moronic, idiotic, psychotic, pussy-ass bitch, and I hope that you bleed. I mean, excessively. You fucking gay haters got caught clammed up in a box truck and think we're stupid enough to assume that you did not fuck. I've got news for you. Being gay makes you gay. Nothing more, nothing less. All the hate, you can have it. Two same-sex individuals who kiss are gay. A bunch of dudes nut to butt in a box truck with a plan so elaborate, about to disappoint their entire race in a fashion that's tragic. I don't know if I believe in magic, but I believe neo-Nazis with magnums and matching haircuts are faggots. Tommy fucking Washington, what's been up, man? How are you? I warned Tommy that I was going to use the 6-letter F word on the show today.
I fucking love it.
Dude, did you see this story?
No, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
There was a pride march, and a box truck full of neo-Nazis got pulled over going to cause trouble. They got caught on their way. So first off, they're fucking idiots. Second, who's disrupting pride marches in 2022? Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, a bunch of hateful people, dude. Who else would... I did not see the story. I wish I did. What an intro.
Such scummy fat. Oh, hey, you know what? I already said it once.
Once was enough. Oh, name of the show. Second Armament's in the chat. What's up? He said, what's funny is you called me a sexy bitch, and then he said, before you even said that, he said, what up, you sexy bitches?
What are the odds? That is what I called you.
Yeah. Not much, man. Sorry we haven't been around for a show in 2 episodes now. Last Wednesday, Pat, so I told you that I had something personal I had to do, and I was waiting for a phone call, right?
Yeah.
Can you believe that I never got that phone call?
That's disappointing.
Yeah, that's very disappointing. So I never got the phone call I was expecting last Wednesday. And we
didn't do the podcast because of it.
Yeah. And then Sunday, I text Pat at 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I was like, hey, what time are we going to do the show today? He's like, I should be home by 7:30 or 8, but I have to still go to this place. And I said, Pat's not going to make it. So around 9 o'clock, I was heading to bed, and Pat texts me and goes, made it home. And I said, see you Wednesday. Actually, I said, we'll do it Monday.
Only an hour and a half late.
And I actually said, we'll do it Monday, but then Monday, I rather played video games with Colin. So that's what I did. I've been trying to spend a little bit more time with the kid. So we did that. And then yesterday, we actually went out to dinner together at the grossest restaurant on the planet, 99. But that's where he wanted to eat. So that's where we went.
Oh, come on. Did you eat popcorn while you were waiting?
Yeah, we did. And then, dude, I got these. You know how big of a tater tot lover I am?
Of course.
I fucking love tater tots. So they have loaded tots. So I get these loaded tots, and they were awful. To boot, they put horseradish sauce on the top of them, which made them nearly
horseradish.
Oh, so gross. So gross. So that was kind of ruined. And then we got this burger that was mediocre at best. You know, I got the beaker was burger and mediocre mixed together. Somehow I mixed that.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, And then today was running a little bit late, but here we are. We're going to get the show off. Super excited to be here. I'm sure we have tons of things to talk about. Pat, I want to ask you about something because I don't know if you realize this yet, but you have not told me what happened. So I want to convey my condolences to you and Liz on the passing of your cat. And
God damn it.
I want to hear the story.
So Binks is the cat in question, one of the four, my second favorite. And Binks has never really let me pet her. She did when she used to live with Liz's parents. Liz was like, "You can't touch that cat. That cat runs away from everybody." And I walked over, sat down, and just started petting her. And I was like, "Yeah, no, she's a real bitch." And everybody was shocked that Binks let me touch her. But then when she moved in here, she's been skittish the whole time. She hides, she runs. She'll walk over towards me, get like 4 feet away, and if I look at her, she'll run away. She will even jump up in the bed while we're sleeping, and if I like reach out to pet her, she's like a bolt of lightning. She's gone. I would pet her when she would sleep on Liz's side of the bed, and I would pet her, and if she would looked and saw that it was me, she would run away. So she was fine with me petting her as long as she didn't know it was me. And then Wednesday, so a week ago today, Liz was petting her, so I walked over very quietly and I started petting her, and Liz walked away. And when Binks turned around, she saw it was me, and she just chilled. And I was like, "Oh shit, she's letting me pet her. This is crazy." And then Thursday, she was at my side the whole evening because I worked. Then Friday, she was at my side the whole evening. I was picking her up. She was cool. And Liz said, I think there's something wrong with her. I haven't seen her eat. I haven't seen her go to the bathroom. And I was like, of course, I fucking touched the cat, and now there's a fucking problem. And on Saturday, she called me, and I was at work, and I knew when she called that the cat was getting put down. Like, I was positive. She never calls me at work. So I picked up the phone, and she was like, "I have to put Binks down." I was like, "Yeah, well, that fucking makes sense." The cat fucking all of a sudden just was cool with me, and, kind of, I assume that cats have some kind of instinct to know that, they're not well. And, she obviously was comfortable enough with me and Liz to let us be around her at least for those last couple of days. So that was nice. But she gone. That sucks.
Did you freeze this one?
I did not freeze this one. Liz had Binks cremated. I assume I'll never be allowed to go near the ashes.
Oh, so you haven't thrown them in the trash yet?
I have not thrown this cat in the garbage yet.
So who's your favorite cat?
Littlefoot by leaps and bounds. Are there other cats around that can hear me say that? Hopefully not.
So when Littlefoot dies, I assume you will freeze Littlefoot, put it in the freezer, and then throw it in the trash. Because that's what you do to the cats you love.
If Littlefoot stays as adorable as she is now, I will stuff and mount Littlefoot like I wanted to do with Frank. But then Frank like deteriorated and lost all of his hair at the end and got all skinny and fucked up and stinky. And I can just imagine what that fucking mount would smell like. But no, Littlefoot, I would stuff and mount and, put like in a sleeping position, or maybe like with his eyes, and I like get eyes that follow you no matter where you go to creep people out. I don't know, something.
You're a weird motherfucker, dude. You're a weird.
All right, that's fair.
Pat, I also want to point out the shirt that you're wearing today is a second armament shirt.
I'm going to be honest with you, Tom. I actually forgot. I thought I was topless because the shirt is so motherfucking light and soft that I didn't even realize I was wearing a shirt.
They are fantastic shirts. I also want to let everybody know, starting on Sunday, this last Sunday, now if you go to number9podcast.com, there is a direct link that will bring you right to the Second Armament website. So if you guys want to go check out the shirts there, go ahead to number9podcast.com. Right in the top tab, it says Second Armament. Click on that. It'll bring you right to the website there. And use code number9ers at checkout. You get 10% off your order.
Free discounts. Let's go.
Obviously, Second Armament is loving this in the chat. Anyway,
I'm not gonna lie. These shirts are so fucking comfortable that I bought. When I say I bought a slew of shirts, I bought like 4 or 5 shirts that I can't fucking wait to show you. And I didn't wear one today because I wanted to wear this because it's so comfortable. Tom, I got shirts that are gonna blow your fucking mind. I legitimately almost bought 2 of everything so you would have one because you're gonna like them that much.
Are they from Second Armament?
They are not from Second Armament, but we'll see. I would like to talk to Mr. Second Armament. What's his name? Nick?
Yes.
I'd like to talk to Nick. I know we have some events coming up that we may be spending some time together, and see if we can't, maybe smush our brains together.
Well, I don't want to put any false information out there, but
I didn't say anything.
I will say this: Second Armament and Number 9 Media are working together on some things, and we're about to have a very exciting fall together. We got
not like a fall down, like a fall season.
Yeah, fall season together. So we're pretty excited. We're really excited that Second Armament has come along, and that we're able to help them, and they're able to help us, and it's gonna be great.
He said, "Sorry to hear about the cat, man. You should ask Tom about when his dog died." I assume he's not talking about the black one or the husky.
I don't know if I ever told the story in a podcast, but I'll fucking tell it real quick. So I grew up with Nick, the owner of Second Armament. I grew up with him. Him and my sister were in a club for Ford Escorts because they both drove Ford Escorts hatchbacks, 1989s. I think Nick's was a 91. Real nice. Cool. But anyway, so Nick was over the house one day in the basement down here. Fuck you for laughing. The basement down here was finished like it was, but it was more of like a game room, right? Just a family room. And we were down here playing video games, right? Nick's over. Nobody did. We're playing video games. We go upstairs and my mom's cooking something in a crock pot. And I'm like, what the fuck is that smell? You know what I mean? And I'm like, and Nick's like, this shit smells great. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Something smells fucking rancid. So whatever. We fucking come back downstairs, and I'm like, I can't get over the smell. Then all of a sudden, my mom comes downstairs from the upstairs, and she sees the dog laying in the dining room, and the dog's fucking dead. It died right there in the dining room, and we're fucking walking.
Shit?
Yes, that was the part of the smell. Fucking, my mom bursts into tears. She's a fucking wreck. I'm like, what the fuck do we do? And Nick's like, And so Nick left. We brought the dog to the vet and had it cremated. That was the first dog we ever had here. Great. Yeah, like dead. He said it was dead. Like that. What's funny is like you can tell, right, when dogs start acting funny, like when any animal that you have starts acting funny. And the same thing. It wasn't, she wasn't eating a lot. She was barely drinking. Then my mom was like, oh, she, she was older, maybe like, she was probably like 10, right? And so my mom was like, if she's still like this on Monday, I'm going to bring her to the vet. Well, she didn't make it to fucking Monday. She was dead. That was the end of that. But just so, looking back, absolutely hilarious that I had a friend here when the dog died. And we smelt it, and we thought it was what my mother was cooking. And Nick thought it smelled great, and I thought I was going to puke in my mouth. To be fair, yeah. Nick went over to the crock pot and like smelt it. So to be fair on Nick's part, he probably did get a good whiff of whatever my mom was cooking. To be fair, what I smelt was not good. Tongue hanging out and everything. Scared the life. We didn't hang out for 2 months. Facts. It was rough. Really weird situation there to be however old we were. What, fucking 16 and 15 or something like that? We were little ones.
I don't know that I've ever told you the story. I was at my my cousin, who was one of my best friends. I was at his house, and it was like midday on a weekend. It might have even been like a summer day, so it could have been a weekday. But we had both passed out on. They had two big leather couches. So we were both on a leather couch. And like when something's happening around you, but you're sleeping, sometimes you dream that thing that's happening.
Yeah, like when you're dreaming that you're taking a piss and then you start pissing in bed.
Well, that would be vice versa. That happened in the dream first, and then it happened in real life. I'm talking like when your alarm clock goes off and you have a dream that you're a fucking fireman.
Sure.
All right. Well, his father, my uncle, is I think I'm awake and I hear him ordering pizza, but he's giving like very clear directions, not just an address. and he's just kind of very firm on the phone with the way he's talking to them. And then my cousin wakes up and kind of like, like snaps me out of like the dream, and I'm now in reality. His fucking dad was calling 911. He was having a heart attack. And I'm hearing it. It wasn't actually a heart attack. It was something similar, but I'm hearing it, and
cardiac arrest.
My
is
fat
a heart
ass
attack.
is sleeping, and I'm like, oh, good, he's getting pizza. I get it, Nick. That shit's awkward at somebody else's house, man. Even though that was family, I was just like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's real awkward when shit happens over somebody else's house and you're not part of the family. And it's weird for the people that actually like, how embarrassing is that? Like, it's out of my control, right? But how embarrassing is it?
He's gonna see me at my absolute worst right now.
Yeah, like, how embarrassing is it that the fucking dog dies while one of my friends is over? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Anyway, let's get into some memes.
Let's do it.
I feel like this isn't the first one.
No, it is not. That's the first one.
Found it. Good call. What's funny is this one's not even the one I have on there isn't one of the ones we have covered.
Nope.
I don't think I have the picture of that one.
All right.
Pat, you just start reading. I'll get it.
This is a quick story online. It says, in the 1980s, A&W tried to compete with McDonald's Quarter Pounder by selling a third-pound burger at a lower cost. The product failed because most customers thought the Quarter Pounder was bigger. And this is why I don't argue online. Dude, that's some real shit. And I get it, because 1-4 looks bigger than 1-3. You know what I mean? So like the 4 is bigger than 3, a quarter must be bigger than a third. That's exactly where we're headed. And that was in the 80s. I mean, we've only gotten dumber since.
Yeah, some dumb motherfuckers, dude. Dumb motherfuckers.
This is not so much a meme as a news story. The headline is breaking news: opens fire at graduation party. So on Friday, May 27th, 2022, 4-time convicted felon Dennis Butler opened fire on a graduation party in Charleston, West Virginia, with a stolen AR-15. A woman, her picture is inset, pulled her legally owned and registered handgun from her purse and shot him dead before anyone was injured. I'm sorry I couldn't post this earlier. However, I couldn't find anything on it about anything about it on CNN, ABC, NBC, MSNBC, or any of the other liberal news outlets.
Facts, yeah. Facts.
That's a good story, man.
Yeah.
This is the meme. Everybody's seen it. The girl, the little blonde girl sitting in the back of The Rock's car, and The Rock asks her a question. She gives him an answer, and it always shocks him. And the question he asks her is, what's the difference between a hooker and a drug dealer? And she says, a hooker can wash her crack and sell it again. And that's a fantastic joke.
I just want to say to our last meme, Second Armament said, absolute hero. Fuck yes. See?
He also said that you were quoted that day saying, dude, he says, Tom, oh my God. Dude, Tom goes on.
Oh,
great. The
great.
Dog's fucking dead.
That's
amazing.
I'm not going to deny I said that. Do you want to know what's funny? So we had a new listener listening to the show, our last episode. And he came up to me and said, hey, man, you swear a lot in that podcast. And I said, to be honest with you, I don't realize I'm swearing. It's just the way I talk, man. I don't know what to do.
It's bad. I have a filthy mouth. I agree.
It's absolutely horrible.
If I'm thinking of the same person, he also called me and said, dude, I got to come over and try that Big Mac pizza. I've had like 3 people talk to me about Big Mac pizza. This shit's amazing.
The new guy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
So this is a Facebook post where I'm going to call this the greatest display of one-upsmanship in history. A girl or guy is posting this and trying to be funny about basically dad stuff, and the response to it makes the post 1,000 times funnier. So I'll read the post if you want to read the response. He pressed her up against the wall. She could feel his jorts bulging as he untucked his world's best dad t-shirt. She pushed him backwards onto the bed, and he began to undress. No, she said. The New Balance 624 stay on. The response to that, somebody posts. Oh, wait, dude, did you cut part of that off?
Nope.
Oh, no. Okay, so somebody posted under that. I'm so hot, she proclaimed. Hi, hot. I'm dad, he whispered. Fucking hilarious.
You're a fucking idiot.
Killed me. Tom, we are actually getting out of meme time and going into badvertising, and we brought more badvertising onto the show.
Yes.
And this is a Seagram ad from, do I have a date? This is from, I don't have a date, but I'm going to say, based on her outfit, either the 70s or 80s.
Yeah, it's called the 70s, to be fair.
All
but
right.
it might have been into the 80s. What the fuck is Seagram's?
Seagram's,
is that an alcohol?
It is alcohol.
Oh, perfect. This is. Should you drink if you're pregnant? Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, it is alcohol. Okay.
Yeah, the big bold title is "Should you drink if you're pregnant?" And it goes on to say, the question is very much in the news these days. Studies are being done in many countries to determine the effect of alcohol on unborn children. But because the investigation is still so young, and because mothers' lifestyles are so varied, medical people have yet to reach a unanimous conclusion. So if you drink, go very easy. Too much beer, wine, or spirits can be harmful to the child you're carrying, and not good for you either. Your wisest move would be to ask for and follow your doctor's guidelines. Our advice: why not put a hold on drinking during your pregnancy? You should be saving yourself doubt and worry. After all, nothing is more worth celebrating than the birth of a healthy child. And at the bottom it says, Seagram, we believe in moderation, and we've been saying so since 1934. This is...
I think this was a very...
They're advertising their fucking alcohol and telling people not to drink at the same time. This is fucking beautiful.
I think it was at the time... Well, this would be very... So say that we didn't know that drinking was harmful during pregnancy, sure. Right? This would be the exact ad that you would see today. Because people want to be politically correct and say, don't drink while you're pregnant, but drink when you're not.
Yeah, don't drink while you're pregnant. This is brought to you by an alcohol company that you should stand behind.
To the previous joke, Erica said, considering Tom just said that joke the other day, hilarious. Not while we were about to get it on. But Erica texted me and said, I'm so hungry. And I said, hi, hungry, I'm Tom.
Nice.
I really just did it because I knew it would amuse Erica.
I'm sure it worked.
She did. Her response was, I'm rubbing off on you.
That's funny. That's true. A couple of weeks ago, Liz and Erica hung out. Miss Elizabeth and your wife went and played some dice game.
Yeah, Bunko.
I had sent Erica Miss Elizabeth's number and Miss Elizabeth Erica's number, and I didn't know if they had talked because I was at work, so nobody got back to me. So on my way home, I call Miss Elizabeth to ask if she's hanging out with Erica. She picks up her phone, and all I hear is Erica in the background going the way she does. And I went, never mind, Liz, I don't have a question.
Whatever you just did was so high-pitched, the mic cut it out.
Oh, well, that was a very loud laugh.
Yeah, it was.
It was. Erica has a very distinct laugh that you can't not smile when Erica's laughing.
True.
And I heard it instantly when Liz picked up the phone. It was fucking hilarious. And all I wanted to know was, is she with Erica or not?
That's what made me fall in love with Erica. Her laugh.
Excellent.
Really, her snort. That's what gets me every time. Anyway, best things in life come in cellophane. The fuck?
So this is a DuPont cellophane ad, and it says the best things in life come in cellophane. And it is legitimately a baby wrapped up in fucking cellophane. Clearly, that baby cannot breathe. That baby, what the fuck is going on here?
That's a good one.
This is, I'm going to say the birth of Mink and Jaguar and Lynx rugs. And this dude is straight up David Hasselhoffing his fucking naked upper body laying across this very luxurious rug with a super fucking afro, looking just fucking, oh my God, hilarious. And it says, this is an ad for the rug itself. It says the love rug strokes your bodies as you make love.
Maybe that is David Hasselhoff, dude.
It's not David Hasselhoff. This is an ABC after school special. It's an advertisement for the next day's episode at 3 p.m. And it says, the day my kid went punk. What do you do when your bright, lovable, talented kid turns into a punker overnight? The Nelsons are about to find out. And they're at the table and the kid's got a cut off flannel shirt and a fucking mohawk.
Do you know what this reminds me of? The scene in American History X when the father's talking about the Rodney King thing and they're all at the dinner table.
Yeah.
That's what this reminds me of. With the fucking girlfriend, dude. Dude, she...
Oh, you're thinking of the mom's boyfriend, not the dad scene. The mom's boyfriend scene.
Yeah, it's the mom's boyfriend. And the fucking... Dude, that girlfriend, that's what she looks like. Vicky from... Vicky Valancourt from the Water Boy. Yeah, same girl.
Classic. This is a Best Buy sticker on a piece of their equipment, and it is a friendly reminder. It says, remember, turn your computer off before midnight on 12/31/99. That's when we thought Y2K was going to end us all.
The dude on the rug was Tom's dad. Also, it was the only couple of years ago. Real nice. Real nice, Nick. Real nice. I'm going to let my dad know you said that.
This is a Delta Airlines advertisement, and it says, to the guy who's got a girl in every city, Delta will fly you there at 50% off. And then there's a picture, 6 different pictures of 6 different women, and it says, your Chicago cutie, your Miami minx, your Los Angeles lovely, your San Francisco sweetie, your New York knockout, and your Dallas darling. This is straight up an advertisement to cheat on your fucking wife.
I like it.
Oh my God.
Delta is ready when you are.
This is what Snoop Dogg and fucking it wasn't Snoop Dogg. Who did Hoes in Different Area Codes? Ludacris. This is what Ludacris was reading when he wrote that fucking song.
That's it, boys. Oh shit. That's it. We've hit the end of our road. What we got? 3 finger news?
We got 3 finger news.
Oh, we're gonna talk about the story that you were talking about.
We sure are.
All right. Let's drop the thing. Huh? If I could find my mouse, that'd be great. Dude, I am fucking starving. All right, Pat, what we got? What's this first story? I saw this all over the place. I'm not really sure what happened with it. So I'm very interested to... Yo, man, something came out today about that Uvalde shooting, about the officers.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. So maybe while you're reading this, I'll search it up real quick.
All right. So the story I chose was the Matthew McConaughey tells the story of those killed in Uvalde, an emotional plea for action on guns, which when I saw, Matthew McConaughey is a known gun owner and a gun advocate. He's from Texas. He's from Uvalde. So I was curious what he would say. It's the story from CNN says actor Matthew McConaughey delivered impassioned and at times emotional remarks on Tuesday, telling the stories of those who died in the elementary school shooting in Uvalde, Texas, and urging more action on gun control. McConaughey, a Uvalde native, said he and his wife Camilla spent most of the past week with families of those who were killed in his hometown. He showed pictures of their artwork and brought to the briefing room green Converse shoes like that one girl who wore every day that were used to identify her body after shooting. She had drawn a heart on one of those. He said he needed to tell their stories to show how action needed to be taken to honor the lives of the 19 children and 2 teachers killed at Robb Elementary School last month. Basically, what Matthew McConaughey offered was he said there's now a window of opportunity to enact meaningful gun legislation reform and called for universal background checks, raising the minimum age for purchasing an AR-15 to 21, and a waiting period for purchasing AR-15s, and the implementation of red flag laws. He said these are reasonable, practical, tactical regulations to our nation, states, communities, schools, and homes. Responsible gun owners are fed up with the Second Amendment being abused and hijacked by some deranged individuals. These regulations are not a step back. They're a step forward for civil society and the Second Amendment. I like the fact that Matthew McConaughey's answer is a negotiation. Like, it's not, nobody should have these things. First off, pushing the gun law to 21, I think it should be 25. And I said that to somebody and they were like, no, that's not cool because you can enlist in the military and have a gun, or you can enlist in the military and you should be able to drink and have a gun. I'm like, well, first off, that means you're lowering the drinking age. So that's fucking insane. But people in the military have significant amounts of training with their gun. So, okay, if you want to own a gun before 21 and choose to join the military to get one, more power to you. Then you can own a gun. Sure. I absolutely am fine with that. If you're going to make it through military basic training and get all the training associated and the safety training associated with guns, yeah, cool. You can own a gun before 25. That's fine. I totally agree with that. I'm not super familiar with red flag laws. I assume that means if you've got some shit going on, it's a red flag and they will delay the process for you to get a gun. That's a good idea. That's not a bad idea at all. And what was the other one? Oh, the waiting period for purchasing AR-15s. Okay. Like, I don't get the argument against that. So I want an AR-15 right now because I'm headed out to have some fun. All right, well, you could have planned 2 weeks ahead to have that fun. The waiting period, I'm sure, isn't fucking 6 years. How long is the waiting period that we're talking about? I guarantee you it's a couple weeks or a couple months.
So, Nick says he is 100% not 100% not a gun right advocate. Sorry.
Okay, I thought he was. I'm going strictly off of what was being said on fucking the news. That's unreliable.
He also said his running campaign. He's running a campaign in Texas very pointed towards Texas gun control, and is a very large. And it should say it is a very large reason he will not be voted into office. Yeah, listen, I think there are some things that and again, as a gun owner myself, there are, like, I think Connecticut does it right. I have to go to a class. I have to learn how to handle a firearm. I have to take a class. I have to pass a class. I have to get references. I have to pass a background check. It is a process.
And you have to go through the police station at one point.
Yeah, you have to get. Well, I think and again, that's not every state. I have to get fingerprinted. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I'm not. I think states like Connecticut are a little bit overboard. But at the same time, and I can't stress this enough, when I went with my parents in Virginia to go buy them a gun, they literally did, I don't even know if it was a federal background check. I don't know what it did. They did some sort of check. And
they were like, y'all got a cell phone number? All right, let me get that. Here's your gun.
No, they had to fill out a form, but because my mother was purchasing the guns on her credit card, my father didn't have to fill out the form. Yeah, Erica had to wait to get her gun. She had some sort of flag the night we went to go pick up her gun. She had to wait until the following day. So, like, universal background checks is not a bad thing. Red flag laws, not a bad thing. I think if you have some shit going on. Yeah, I don't totally hate it. There has to be the answer isn't take away everybody's guns. That's not the answer. The
Absolutely
answer
not.
is finding some sort of happy medium that we all can work together. Every single firearm that's sold in a legal manner in the United States is only given to the buyer if they pass a federal ATF and FBI background check. Yeah, that's fine. But like I said, in Virginia, because my mother was the buyer, my father didn't have to do a background check. That's kind of, and he was there, and they knew that he was being one of the people that was getting the gun. They don't
because it was her card.
Well, and what's crazy too, right? So to Nick's point here, right? So my mother fills out the background check. Okay, they take those guns. They take those guns. They go home. They decide they don't want the guns. They sell the guns to somebody else. In Virginia, you can sell a firearm to somebody else because it's not registered to you. You don't actually register the firearm. The only people that have a track of who purchased the gun is the dealer.
Right.
Right? After that, it's fucking moot. They don't know where the gun went. So I think there needs to be some, like, and I said, like, my mom got all fucking upset when I was like, this is fucking wild to me. You know what I mean? Like,
Second Armament said that's a straw purchase and it's illegal. You cannot purchase a firearm for someone else, only for yourself.
Well, I saw it fucking happen, bub. Because they only cared about who the person on the credit card was.
Even that, man. I mean, we're talking about very different circumstances. We're talking about, I'm not going to call your parents old because they're not, but we're talking about people who are old enough to, if they had issues, they would have backgrounds. They would have charges at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but at the same time, dude, people snap, bro. Crazy's fucking crazy. You never know when it's going to happen. Look,
that's true.
The guy who did the Las Vegas shooting was in his fucking 50s or something like that. Like, and don't get me wrong, I don't think that was as legit as they said it was, but whatever. You
know. My point being, there's no reason to not slow this process down. I'm not saying that anybody should be stopped from getting a gun. I do think there should be age restrictions because I think there should be age restrictions on a lot of things because I don't trust the fucking youth anymore. Here's
a perfect example that I was thinking of while you were talking about the 21-year-old thing. If they want to raise the age to 21, okay. You can't have a commercial driver's license until you're 21 anyway. What the fuck's the difference, right? So that's fine. And if your argument is, well, you can join the military at 18, then we should raise the age that you can join the military to fucking 21.
Oh, that's a thought. I'm fine with where the military's at, but when you're in that situation, you're talking about a group of individuals who have learned what the fuck they're supposed to do with the weapon. It's not a one-day class.
I totally agree with you. I'm not disagreeing, but I'm saying
but with that said, if they said that the 18-year-olds in the military could drink, I'd go, okay. Like, I don't like it, but I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that either.
But it's the argument. Oh, they can fight for our country, but they can't drink. Fine, let them drink, let them carry guns. But that doesn't make it okay for every single 18-year-old to go buy a gun. 18-year-olds are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I've been one. I remember. I was stupid as fuck.
Yeah, I didn't get my fucking permit until I was probably near 25.
Yeah.
I might have been older than that. I just renewed it last 2 years. I was 25, 26. So, Erica was fucking 40. You know?
Yeah. If we could arm up the mature individuals in this country, even the immature ones who at least respect the firearm that they're carrying, I'm fine with that. But what we have is on both sides of the coin, right? We talk about the cops, and every time a cop kills somebody, it's, oh, that was one bad apple. It's not all cops. Well, the same argument is had for guns. Oh, well, that person was crazy. Okay, well, first off, let's find good cops. Second off, let's find good gun owners. Like this seems like a pretty easy fix.
Yeah, Nick has a great
Second
point
armament.
Here. The argument goes to when a person is considered an adult. If they're an adult and they're treated in every other way as an adult, then they could be responsible for a firearm. If you're not an adult, then raise the age to 21, which is the
Nick,
way
you're speaking my language. I've said that 100 times.
Which is the way we're going, right? In Connecticut, you can't buy cigarettes anymore until you're 21. Like that's the way. Because let's be honest, how many 18-year-olds do you know that have their shit together when they get out of high school?
0.
Yeah, this really comes.
Listen,
well, I was one of them.
70 years ago, when these motherfuckers were working on farms and when these motherfuckers working at, general stores and they were bussing tables and they were doing everything else from the time they were 14 and they carried guns to school because they hunted and shit like that. 18 and adult. Yeah. Because they were fucking mature. In the time that they were working, these kids are playing video games. They're not maturing as fast as they used to. So let's change what we consider an adult. That doesn't sound unreasonable.
Yeah. To be fair, so this is what I found on the Uvalde thing.
Yeah.
Real quick was police had they had enough officers on the scene to stop the gunman 3 minutes after he entered the building, and they never checked the classroom door to see if it was locked. They stood and waited in the hallways for an hour while the gunman carried out the attack. That's, dude, you want to talk about, like, and I'm not like Pat. I don't like putting down law enforcement, but that's a really cowardly way to go out to hear those kids fucking getting murdered and you just stand in the hallway, man. That's fucking brutal. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you fucking
Second Armament said there's over 100 million gun owners in America. We have extremely few comparatively active shooter situations. In that aspect, yes, the number is very, very small. It's saying it's okay because it's not. But, he said, I'm not saying it's okay because it's not. But the number of incidents is under 0.1%.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Could we do something to eliminate that 0.1%? I mean, fuck, man. We have millions and millions and millions of drinkers as well. But if we could change who's allowed to drink, or if we could change
here's the thing,
what happens after they start drinking.
So here's the thing, the next point. These active... you'll always hear about an active shooter situation, but when they really get blown up is when the person bought the gun recently, like very recently.
Bought the gun legally.
And bought the gun legally. You'll never hear about the person just like that little meme that we did, or the news story. That guy obtained a gun illegally and was taken down by somebody who owned a firearm legally. And because of that, you won't hear about that shit in the news because it's not what's going to capture it's not what's going to get people all wound up against each other. If anything, that would bring unity to it. Like, okay, maybe there is a reason why there's 100 million gun owners. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it just makes sense.
Second Armament said there's people that poison their husbands. Does that mean we ban wildflowers? An excellent point. You can't ban fucking antifreeze. We need it.
Yeah.
These bad people exist. We know they exist. He said, I tried to like Erica's post like we're on Facebook because Erica said, well, it comes down to media exposure too, right?
Yeah.
It does. The media covers what the media covers because they know that negativity brings in dollars. Erica said, like that comedian last night. Tom said, what happened to the war on drugs? You don't hear about it anymore.
It's true.
Yeah,
the drugs
because it's not the hot button topic, man.
No, you don't hear
it was never as big of a problem as they said it was.
Yeah, I mean it's all what they push, man. It's all what they get behind and what they're pushing. And this This captures headlines. This gets people talking. But it doesn't get people talking. And to be honest with you, love or hate what Matthew McConaughey did, he was trying to get people talking in a positive manner of let's figure out something together. You know what I mean?
Let's work together. Let's not be Republicans and Democrats about this, which is always what they fucking do.
Fucking Nick said, I'm going to drive to Tom's house. I'm getting all fired up. Come on down, bub. By the time you get here, we'll be done with the show.
I hate that.
Dude, we could have listen, we're going to have a show with Nick where this is all we talk about, which is for some of our listeners, they're probably not going to like it. But at the same time, Nick obviously knows what the fuck he's talking about. Which he'll be able to educate Pat and I, because I know a little bit about a little bit, but I don't know a lot of anything.
I know I have opinions. Yeah. I don't have many facts.
Yeah. So
no, I really feel like this is, again, it's a situation of one bad apple spoils the bunch. That's the story you hear from the accusing side, or that's the defense story that you hear from the attacked side. And it's not a good answer. Could we eliminate these shootings? If so, let's do it. Could we eliminate cops killing people? If so, let's do it. Could we eliminate drunk driving? If so, let's do it. I don't care what the problem is. Can we eliminate the problem is my question.
Nick nailed it.
He said bipartisan is what we need. There's way too much BS on both sides of the aisle that just gets brushed around and swept away. I agree.
Yeah.
If there's a fucking problem, let's fucking solve the problem.
Which brings me to my next point. It's time for a revolution.
Oh my Christ.
Listen, I'm just saying, bro. These people are supposed to work for us. It's time for us to make them know that they're supposed to be working for us.
Well, I will say this. You know what I hate more about anything when it comes to gun laws? I hate that you have to hide your gun. I don't agree with that in any state. I think that you should have the choice to hide your gun if you choose to hide your gun. I also think that you should be able to open carry anywhere you go.
So it's funny, in the state of Virginia, it's an open carry state. You actually need a permit to conceal carry.
Correct. It is basically backwards of Connecticut.
Well, no, Connecticut's an open carry state.
Now, in that gun class, they very specifically basically said, don't expose your gun.
Nope. Connecticut is an open carry state.
I feel like I was in that class with you.
Connecticut is the same way, bro. Said Nick.
I'm not saying it's not. Do you remember that class? Do you remember him say he beat it to death in that class?
I don't remember him saying that. I know that people don't like listen, our friend Sanchez was at a Moe's on Queen Street, right? This was years ago, way before he does what he does now. But he's at Moe's, he's having lunch, and he always carried his firearm in his back, right? And his was concealed under his shirt. And somebody saw the outline of it in his shirt and called the police. Police officer came in, sat down with him, and said, "Hey, just want to let you know I got a call because somebody saw the outline of the gun in your back. There isn't really anything I can do, but you know, you're making some people uncomfortable, this and that. Would you mind locking it up in your vehicle?" So Jeff finished his lunch and left, right?
Yep.
But that's how people are around here. They get uncomfortable when they see fucking guns.
But okay, so to that point, because you're saying the same thing I'm saying. Allow these people to open carry, and I get that you guys are both saying that we're allowed, so you must be right because I don't fucking know.
And make it more of a norm.
It needs to be normal. It needs to not be something that terrifies people. It needs to be something that comforts people, because if a shooter walks into that Chipotle, they can go, well, at least one of us has a chance. Like, somebody can take this motherfucker out. And bad guys don't tell you that they're bad guys. Bad guys are snakes. Evil people don't expose their evil until it's time to strike, right? So if a bunch of people are carrying guns, let that be a lesson. Like, these people obviously aren't up to any fucking bad. They're not harming people. They're walking around with fucking guns. They're protecting themselves. They're protecting me.
Yeah. I'm not.
I don't see the problem there.
I'm not disagreeing with you, bro. Listen, I'm a type of person because I don't want to fucking, I don't want to have a conversation with anybody while I'm out in public. If my gun's on my hip and it's exposed and some asshole's like, why are you carrying around a gun? And I'm such a wise ass.
To protect you, sir. Thank you for asking.
Well, I'm such a wise ass. I'd be like, so I could fucking shoot people that ask me why I'm carrying a gun. You know what I mean? And then I'll be in some sort of trouble. So I've always concealed carried just because I don't want to be caught in a situation where I'm like, I'm going to fucking smack somebody in the face. Let's see. We got, Erica said, where's this fucking mouse? All right. Erica said, it's all about who's in office and what their agenda slash platform is. 80s, 90s. This is your brain on drugs with the frying pan with the egg. Now it's guns. A few years it'll be sugar or something. True. Nick says education is key. We use to teach kids about how to use how to use and disarm firearms and respect them. Now we have to tell them no touch. It's dangerous. The only thing they know is Call of Duty and movies. If we had more education, it would be lesser issue, in my opinion. I don't disagree with you, Nick.
100% agree.
When my son came to live here, I have one of those targets with the laser bullet in it. I brought him downstairs. I taught him how to load a gun, and then I taught him how to fire it. And I explained to him that if he ever sees one of my firearms out, he is not to touch it. And you know what I mean? It's that simple. You know what I mean? Just explaining to them and not in a way that makes sense. Not it's dangerous. Explain to them why it's dangerous, and then explain to them how to make it not dangerous. And how to handle it to make it not dangerous.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I've been shooting guns, carrying guns, hunting, riding quads and horses with guns since I was 10 years old. Never once have I seen a gun accident. Never once. We respect our firearms. We don't fuck around. We don't joke around. We, even exchanging guns or reloading guns, we're always pointing down range. This shit was taught. This shit was taught by a brutal fucking teacher. And that's how it should be. I am not scared of any fucking gun. And I really think that the permit should be concealing it. If you're hiding a gun, that you should have to have permission for.
Erica said, but then it shouldn't be in his, she's talking about Jeff. It shouldn't be in his car unless it's in a lockbox. The permit is to have it on your person. Remember, the guy didn't want to talk about having a gun in a purse. All true. All true.
And
anyway,
honestly, if that phone call goes into the police station, shame on the police station for sending a responding officer to talk to Jeff. Sending a responding officer to overlook the situation, sure, that's your responsibility. But you going and have a conversation saying you having rights is offending other people or scaring them. Here's a thought, Officer McDildo. Go fuck yourself. I'm going to carry my gun because it's my legal right to. You're the only person in this entire establishment that you're harassing is a person you already know is following the law.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you go talk to somebody else? Maybe they're breaking it.
Yeah. It's, Nick said it's not a game. They demand respect. Bottom line is that it is a deadly weapon. It should be treated as such.
Exactly. This is no different than my fists, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Moving forward.
This is my favorite cat, Littlefoot.
I fucking hate your cats.
I hate you.
Next story, Pat. Dozens of white supremacists arrested in Idaho has planned a riot, authorities say.
Members of the right-wing group Patriot Front, who were charged on Saturday, were preparing to disrupt a nearby Pride event, according to the police. After receiving a tip from a concerned citizen, the police detained and charged 31 people who belong to a far-right group known as the Patriot Front. That was said by Lee White, the chief officer of the... Yeah, I'm not even trying to tell what police department that is. It's something very French.
Pat, before you go any further, in this article, does it explain why they're a far right group? Because if you say that they're far right, it automatically assumes that they're all Republican, and that's what they're saying here.
There's
Why do we have to say that they're even affiliated with a political party?
let's see. I don't know where this news story came from, but that's why. I guarantee you that's why.
That right there fucking infuriates me, because nothing that they're doing is associated with their politics.
Oh, that is absolutely true. What they're doing is associated with their very, very, very ignorant, hateful, moronic sense of white pride.
Yes, that has nothing to do with their
not even
politics.
that straight pride. Technically, this isn't even about being white.
Yeah, just being heterosexual.
Just liking people of the opposite sex is what makes these people better than the rest. They were being charged with conspiracy to riot, which is a misdemeanor, which is stupid as fuck, but okay. And they were all dressed like a small army. We had units in their area, and we were able to intercept them quickly. A few miles away, the North Idaho Pride Alliance was holding Pride in the Park. The Anti-Defamation League, which tracks extremist organizations and hate crimes, describes Patriot Front as a Texas-based white supremacist group that formed when members of another white supremacist group called Vanguard America broke off after the Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia. Everything about this sounds fucking ridiculous and made up. For real.
Maybe it is.
Second Armament said, actually, they're saying far right, but if they're neo-Nazis, they're actually far left. Valid. According to the ADL, which is that police department, Patriot Front frequently participates in flash demonstrations, which are designed to create viral video content for which the members generally wear masks and khaki pants and a blue or white polo shirt and sometimes employ smoke bombs. Tell me this isn't a group of closet-ridden homosexuals. They wear matching outfits to do dance numbers that they're hoping will go viral, and then they throw glitter. I mean, what the fuck is going on here? These are the people saying that they hate gays. I got news for you. You hate yourself. You hate that you think people of the same sex are attractive. That's what's happening right here. The police chief said, I have no doubt in my mind that they were coming downtown to riot. This all came from a concerned citizen, blah, 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 blah. Basically, they were tipped off. These people were not very smart. They basically were talking about it on the internet, what they were going to do. So they're fucking idiots. Yeah. They previously, the Proud, what the fuck? Oh, this goes into shit about the Proud Boys. Yeah, now they're just lumping other fucking hateful, like anybody who's been accused of being hateful. They're talking about a completely different story. And the story so they bring this to the Proud Boys. So this is definitely a liberal news story. They bring this to the Proud Boys, and they say that the Proud Boys recently shouted homophobic and transphobic slurs at the event organizer and were described as having a violent demeanor. Well, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about 31 people shoved into a fucking box truck. That's not a violent demeanor, and that's not yelling names at people. I wish I read this whole fucking story. We get the point. 31 skinheads were trying to tell people that they shouldn't be gay. They're fucking idiots.
So here's the thing, right? Technically, they did nothing wrong. And
the conspiracy is what they got caught on. They didn't get charged with doing anything wrong.
Yeah, but how do you automatically assume that they're going to cause a riot?
Because they openly discussed their plan.
All right. I mean, I don't know, man. I didn't see any of this shit, so I don't fucking know. What I do know is I don't like how the news automatically pins them as far right. I don't like it.
Bro, I'm picturing this now. I'm picturing this. Can you imagine? All right. You're at, I don't know, what's something that you're proud of about yourself? You know what? A parent's rally. You're proud to be a parent, okay? And
sure.
These motherfuckers show up because none of them have kids. They think that having kids is bad. Kids are cancer for the earth, and they want to stop people from having kids. So they show up 31 deep in a box truck. They crawl out of the back, and they all match, and they're carrying smoke bombs. I'm laughing at these motherfuckers. That's how this is going. And this is a fucking pride rally, so there's thousands of people, I assume. And these 31 people are just going to be pointed at and laughed at. They're not going to do shit. What are you going to do, the 31 of you? You going to throw smoke bombs at people, dumbass?
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with you, Pat.
I assume that at a pride rally, I the only thing I know about pride rallies would be like Provincetown, where it's very over the top. And I mean, there are huge groups of people going to these things. There are families going. There are best friends going. Let the 31 of these guys go. You know what? Have at it.
Yeah, they're gonna go
try to beat you up some queers. Go for it, boys. But you better fucking swing. Every one of you better take a shot at somebody.
You better tell them
so you all get your asses stomped in.
It's not the 80s and 90s anymore, boys. You're gonna get fucked up.
That's fucking great.
Pat, let's get to this next news story because this is the best one.
This is a good story.
Some lucky motherfucker out there. This is a crazy bet. There's more to this bet. But some guy out there on the, I assume this was game 7. It was game 7 because they lost by 10. Or game 6 when the Golden State won
Warriors
the championship.
Were playing the Celtics.
Yeah, when they won the championship. They had some crazy ass parlay that was plus 249 plus 24,983, so about 25,000. And this ballsy motherfucker put $1,000 on his parlay. I wish it said how many legs it was. But this motherfucker hit for 250 grand.
Yep, bet $1,000 won 250 grand.
What a fucking day, dude. Good for him.
Really, it was closer to 251 grand.
Yeah, but you gotta figure his $1,000.
Okay, that's fair. So this dude, on a single bet, paid off his house and bought a brand new car for himself and had plenty of money left over.
Well, assuming. We don't know that.
That's true. He paid off my house. His house may be worth more than mine.
If it's not, it is not.
Yeah, for real.
Fucking... Dude, I haven't bet in so long. It's been like 2 months since I've laid a bet.
That's probably a good thing.
Binoculars texted me the other day. He was like... He said something about, because I had a take on one of the games or something. He was like, I need more shit on, like, more in-depth opinions and why this and why that. So I just told him, I said, you just wait for laying 9.5 with Tommy when me and Griff get on the mic when we're talking about football. Then we'll have more in-depth picks. Because fucking come August, September, woof, my bank account's going to be empty. Empty, Pat. Just going to be laying all kinds of money out.
I like how it's your plan to lose all this money.
Well, if you plan to lose it, then it's not a loss. You know what I mean?
That's true. What you should do is you should put like $20 a week aside all year. So
I do. I put it into our. I do. I put it into our business account.
I don't like where this is going.
Clearly, I'm betting for the show, so I'm using the business account.
That seems like a terrible idea.
For your money, yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you who has a little bit of an addict problem. And if you guys thought I was bad, I keep seeing Miss Erica over there betting on the casino all the time.
Get the fuck out of here, really?
$25 here, $10 there, $25 here, $10 there.
Erica, that shit adds up.
What's funny is I said to her the other day, hey, can you stop throwing away our fucking money on the casino? She said, yeah, I know, I gotta stop. And then I checked today and more money's gone. Who am I though? You know what I mean? Who am I? I only won some money on it. No big deal.
I do want to make a prediction for Sunday's podcast.
That we're not going to do it?
No, we're absolutely going to do it.
Okay.
She said I stopped.
Today.
Yeah, I quit smoking 30 times too, but I picked them cigarettes up the next day.
Yeah.
Tom, you know that I, many moons ago, probably 2 years ago, when COVID hit, the gym shut down, and it was about 2 months where Travis, who was my gym partner, couldn't go to the gym. I couldn't go to the gym. Everything was shut down because of COVID. When the gym reopened, I decided on my way into the gym that I was going to go nice and light. I wasn't going to try to push it because I got to get back into shape. And I did not do that when I got on the weight bench, and I blew my fucking shoulder to pieces. it was in really, really bad shape. So after that, we continued working out every day because I thought I'll just tough it out like an idiot. I stepped my weight down big time. I kept working out every day, but I was doing less weight, and it just kept getting worse. Eventually, I transferred to a new store, and I don't go to the gym now, and my shoulder has been feeling a lot better. I couldn't throw a football for a long time. I was able to these last couple months, and time I started playing tennis about a week ago, and I played on Tuesday night. Everything went well. My shoulder was a little bit tender after that, but I figured, growing pains. I'm pretty out of shape. That's probably what it was. And on Sunday, I had to extend pretty far for a shot that was headed past me. And I got there, and what I wanted to do was put some spin on the ball and get it over the net so it would drop down right after the net. I hit the shit out of the ball, and I knew immediately that my shoulder was a 911 situation. And I have done nothing about it, Tom. I continued playing that day through immense amounts of pain. And I'm going to be playing tennis tomorrow night. I've already committed. And I'm guessing that on Sunday, I'm going to be in more pain than you can possibly imagine. That's my prediction. I'm terrified to get surgery. I don't want to do it. So I'm just going to tough it out and hope this thing heals itself.
The person that you're playing tennis with came up to me today. And I said, I saw your boy last night. And shoulder's pretty fucked up. And he said, you think he's going to bail on me? And I said, nope. He's too fucking stupid to bail on you. And he's going to keep showing up because he's a fucking idiot. And I said, that's one thing you can guarantee. Pat will continue to show up until he literally can't swing the fucking racket anymore.
True story.
You are a fucking idiot. Erica said, dummy, go to the doctor.
If I have to get if I have to get it replaced, right? Then it's going to be 6 weeks of healing. We just started playing tennis. Why not, if this thing's already fucked up, why not blow it to pieces until I can't fucking use it anymore and then get the surgery anyways? What's the fucking difference?
Because when the surgery, if it's not that bad, they can go in and just clean it up and fix it. It's not a full replacement. You think, but you don't know because you won't go to the fucking doctor.
Tommy, I'm going to show you. So the people listening to the show can't see this, but Tommy, I'm going to show you what hurts. You ready for this? This is my hand. I'm touching it. That hurts. That hurts. That hurts. Touching my shoulder hurts like a motherfucker.
Well, you had this coming. This is your own fault. And,
I can still check it out. I can still put it up over my head. That's all I need to do to hit the ball.
If it makes you feel better, Pat, at least it's not your leg or your foot where it's inhibiting your ability to walk. Because I'll tell you what, there is nothing worse than that, and there is nothing more physically draining than having to, especially being overweight, having to pull your body with one leg through the day.
I've seen you zombie walk at work many times.
It's very, very excruciating.
Like you're out there doing the Thriller dance. Erica said, dummy, go to the doctor. Second Armament laughed at me and said, stubborn as fuck. And then he said, tennis is fun as hell, though I haven't played in years. I hadn't either. I played a little bit in high school, not for the high school, but my buddy and I just grabbed some rackets and some balls one day and started playing tennis. We never stopped. We played for, probably 2 years straight, just all the time after school and on the weekends and shit. Just, because it was fun. It wasn't even about staying in shape because back then I actually had a body. But when this dude a couple Saturdays ago said he was looking for a tennis partner, but he said it like he was complaining, like, dude, I'm getting in such good shape. I'm working out all the time. I just wish I could find somebody to play tennis with. I don't even want to play competitively. I just want to hit the ball around. I was like, I'll fucking play with you. He was like, no, I'm being for real. And I was like, no, I'm fucking for real. Like, I've played tennis before, dude. I got this. I know the rules. We legitimately, we started playing because we liked the video games. And, like, we knew the rules because we played the video games. We were like, fuck it, let's just play. And it was awesome.
Yeah. Just a little heads up for everybody listening. We're going to do a show Sunday. We'll do a show Wednesday. The following Sunday, no show.
Why?
I'll be in Virginia.
For 4th of July?
Yeah, well, we're going down to pick up Colin. Told my parents I'd stay there for the weekend. So we're coming home on Monday. So, a little bit going on. But then we should be back on the following Thursday. And as far as I know, I don't have any plans throughout the summer right now. So we should be able to keep this good. Might miss one or two here and there like we do, but I feel like you guys get a better show from us if we take one off here or there, and then we string some good ones together.
Yeah, we had a conversation that we're gonna step it up a bit. Nothing crazy. Second Armament said Wii Sports is where it's at. He also said celebrating Screaming Eagles and America, baby. Yeah. 4th of July. Tom, one of those shirts I was telling you about. I got a Chicken McNasty 4th of July shirt.
Nice. Too bad I won't be with you.
That's true. You'll see pictures. I got Miss Elizabeth a 4th of July shirt too.
So we definitely have, time is everything, right? So we're trying to fit a lot in here, but we do have a lot of exciting things that we're working on with our buddy over at Second Armament. So hopefully this fall season, maybe even some stuff with our merch, will end up coming out fucking awesome. So yeah, it's gonna have a good summer/fall season coming up, and hopefully we can produce some more content for you guys. Obviously, we'll bring back we're gonna bring back the football pool again this year. Hopefully, we can get some more people involved. Some more people involved, especially the Survivor pool is awesome, and the Pick'em League was fantastic. Just all in all, a really good time doing the show lately. Pat, our next show on Sunday is going to be 160. Did you realize that?
Yes, sir.
160 episodes.
I would like to have more guests on the show. If anybody wants to be on the show, you pick the topic. We will set up a timeline. We will ask you the standard 9 questions that we ask everybody. We'll talk about your topic. You can tell me which side of the fucking argument to be on, and I will do it. I don't give a fuck. I just
Pat,
want
he has no
on
real
the show
opinions. Pat has no real opinions. I think we're gonna have Colin on a lot more too, because I have fun with having Colin on the show, getting his take on things, even though they're sometimes straight up retarded. But
well, he's young.
Yeah, he's a little dumb, especially with his. Well, he failed history, so there you go.
Maybe you should have Erica do a little recon, right? Erica find out what he was learning about in history. Then Tom and I will brush up on what he was learning about in history. And then we'll discuss that shit with him on the show. And just see where he's at.
Listen, there's no doubt that my kid is probably one of the smartest kids in the class. And I think part of his laziness is he's not being challenged enough. But
Erica called you out for saying the R word.
Yeah, whatever. Oh my god, I just thought of a killer name for the show, but we definitely can't use it.
I already know exactly what it is. I'll say this. RF.
I was gonna go FR.
Okay.
Anyway. So I think part of it is his laziness, because he is lazy, and if he's not interested in it, he just kind of brushes it off and waits till the last minute or whatever.
Yeah, he's a human, and he's a fucking child. I mean, we all did that shit.
Yeah, but he also has to put in probably very little work to actually do a good enough job to get a good grade. You know what I mean? I think I've told the story. Scott got
grounded for getting an A because he told my mom that he didn't study. So that's exactly what you're talking about. Very little work to get the job done. So just do the fucking work.
Yeah, pretty much. And don't make it obvious to me that you're not working very hard.
Yeah.
Anyway, Pat, let's get the fuck out of here, man. It's getting late. I gotta figure out what I'm doing for dinner. And I gotta get the show uploaded.
Second Armament, thank you for being on the show. We appreciate your input. We really do. Erica, thank you for being on the show. We, as always, appreciate your input. Number 9ers, I say, good day.
Yeah, Erica, we're done with the show, but never goes back to check if he checked it in. He does that shit all the time. It's mind-numbing. Love you too, Nick.